Man, I just had the craziest week in a really long time. It was quite the social week for me. So I'll try to explain a little bit how everything went along. So last I spoke, I'd been to a baby shower for a long time, and I woke up on Monday morning and I was quite sore from everything. So I took that day to rest. I lay on my couch most day just sleeping. And by Monday night, my dearest friend Gosha was coming to visit me for a few days, which was great because we it allowed us to spend time together, and she could also help me a little bit with things like cooking and arranging stuff because it'd become pretty tiresome to do all of that on my own. So the next day, Tuesday, we had a party at a friend's house for La Saint Jean Baptiste. And we stayed, I drove there. We stayed for about 5 hours there, and I did good. I was able to, have conversation, follow along, and everything. So that was nice. But I knew that I was already kind of on borrowed time. Um, but it had to be done, and so we did it. And I had a really fun time. The next day, we went to visit a friend with her three kids. Um, Unfortunately, we got stuck in traffic there and back, which is pretty difficult for me. I hadn't driven in about a month or a month and a half, so that was starting to be a lot of driving for me. Um, but I survived. Seeing as that my knees and the arthritis is better, it wasn't too painful, but I was getting spasms in my legs, but it wasn't anything that stopped me from doing it. So Wednesday we came back, tried to get some rest. Unfortunately, I was when I because I was doing all these activities and kind of tiring myself out and being on borrowed time, as I said, um, that just messes me up hormonally and in terms of sleep hormones. In the last week, I've had to resort to taking pills to falling asleep because I lie down and I'm just so wired because I'm constantly I need to wire myself in order to function. But the good news is that I've been able to do it, which is not would not have been the case a month ago. And so, I can complain about how post event I'm tired, but I was there and I was to all those things. So that's great. Seeing friends is always nice, and yeah. So by Thursday, Jan came home and we laid low a bit. Friday, we left to a wedding 7 hours away in Muskoka. So we were going to drive just 4 hours the first day and then the rest on Saturday for the wedding. Um, by Friday, I was completely spent though. As we were trying to pack up, my anxiety level was just through the roof. I couldn't handle anything. I was so tired. Um, from the days before, and all of a sudden we had to kind of get ready and go somewhere, and I needed to pack my clothes and I needed to think of what to take, and it was a lot for me at that moment. So Friday was a very very difficult day, both for me and for Jan as well. He had to because he has to do the bulk of the work um, when packing and when driving and all that stuff. So we did sleep at Kashube, which was nice to see the Kashube sky and breathe the air. Um, Sleep was, of course, a big issue for me again, not really happening too well. But, pharmaceuticals are there for that reason because I knew I needed to sleep because there was a wedding the next day that I was happily attending and happy to be in great shape enough. And as we left Montreal, we didn't even consider for a moment taking the wheelchair, which in itself is a pretty big victory because 2 weeks ago I would have either needed to use it or we would have most definitely packed it in the car. So the wedding was great. It was a little overwhelming at first to see all these people, and the mass was in this really pretty and cute church, but it was so warm in there that I spent the whole time outside because felt like I was going to faint. um, and I had some trouble walking and getting places here and there. We had to go on a dock, and it was a little troublesome. But overall, um, I did amazing. I was actually up till 4. I saw, got to witness the crazy part of the night. Let's put it that way. Um, caught up with some old friends, and just overall had a great time talking to all the friends that I had there. And as the night advanced, I wanted to get closer to the music because I was enjoying it, and I was kind of being drawn to it. And so I sat outside, listening to the music that was playing inside. And then I was looking at the people dancing from far, and I thought, well, I kind of want to be part of that. Even though I can't really dance too much, I want to go. And so I went to sit down inside, and I watched people dance. And then some of my friends came and would dance beside me. And then I thought, I feel like if I get up, I can kind of maybe do something, maybe I can like shake from one side to the other. And I think in total I ended up dancing like 5 minutes. Maybe I went on the dance floor, I danced with the bride. It was amazing. It was really a surreal feeling for me to be able to use my body in such a way, and such a late hour and all that. So I really credit kind of the ambiance and the good energy that had been around, and just kind of determination as well. I really wanted that. I really wanted to get that feeling of the freedom of dancing a little bit, as much as I was able to do. So that was amazing, and I'm thrilled that that's how well I'm doing. Um, Obviously, that was taxing a little bit. As by the time I went to bed, I was having a lot of cramping in my legs, especially from the dancing. My knees were sore. But the next day, I woke up after only 4 hours of sleep, and I was okay. Like, not that much worse than any other time. So all of this is very encouraging. Now we're finally home. It's Monday, and I will be resting. I'm gonna be taking time to just return to doing daily yoga, which I still did every other day, maybe last week, and it's helping me greatly. And I'm able to go deeper and deeper, and so that's great. And I need to kind of recenter, refocus, so that I'm ready to work up on some of my medication doses. Have a nice week, guys.